Good afternoon and welcome back to our channel. Today we're in our 2012 Bentley Continental GT, and after releasing our videos on the infotainment unit and the lower center console buttons, we had a request from one of our viewers to do a video on the driver's instrument panel and steering wheel buttons. So let's make a start. Let's start on the left hand side of the steering wheel. So on our left hand switches we have our cruise control buttons. We've got on and off to turn our cruise control on and off, and you'll see that when the cruise control is on you'll get a indicator up on the instrument panel just to let you know that it's on. We've got our cancel button, which is to cancel the cruise control. So if you are on a motorway, say, and cruise control is on, then you can cancel it using this button and take over with the accelerator. The two lower buttons are to reset. So if you have cancelled and you want to reset back up to the speed that you were previously set at, you can hit the reset button. And if you want to set a new speed, you can just cruise up to that speed using your accelerator, press the set button, and your cruise control will hold you at that speed. It also has a plus and minus button on the same buttons, and you can use these to increase and decrease your speed whilst setting cruise control. On the right hand side of the steering wheel we've got our voice guidance button. So this button you can use if you want to request a radio station or to call someone in your phone book, and it's just a way of keeping your attention on the road and using voice commands to navigate through your infotainment unit. This second button is the call answer button and hang up. So if you get a telephone call and you want to answer it using the steering wheel, you can use this button here. Volume buttons, self-explanatory. Your telephone or audio volume, you can increase and decrease using these buttons on the steering wheel. Your menu button here, if you keep pressing through this menu button, it will navigate through the different menus on the driver's instrument panel, and once you're in one of those categories you can use the scroll wheel to scroll down or up the menu. And this scroll button is also a press button, so once you're on the selected option you want, you can press that in and it will take you into that menu. Behind our steering wheel we have our paddle shifters, and these are used if you want to manually change gear. On the left hand side you can downshift, and on the right hand side you can upshift. And if you want to go back into auto, you can just leave that and the car will take over and go back into automatic. Underneath the paddle shifters on the left hand side you've got your indicator stalk, left to indicate left, up to indicate right, and if you push the stalk away from you, that puts on your high beam headlights, and if you pull the stalk towards you it will flash your high beam headlights. The toggle switch underneath the left indicator stalk is for your steering column adjustment, so back for back, forward for forward, up and down. And the little button beside the toggle switch is for the entry into the car. So you can press this button and turn it on, and when you exit the vehicle the steering wheel will automatically go up, just to make it easier for you to get into the cabin. And if you did not want that feature on, you can use this button to turn it off. The right hand stalk here is for your windscreen wipers. The lowest position is off. One tap down will just give you one wipe of the windscreen. The first position is for your auto wipers, and the second position is for constant. The switches on the right hand side here, just on the dashboard, are for your lights. This is your headlights, so that's off, that is auto, that is for your side lights only, and that is for your main headlights. The button on your right hand side is for your rear fog lights, and these two buttons on your left hand side are for the instrument panel illumination, so you can make that brighter by pressing up or dimmer by pressing down. Moving on to our driver's instrument panel, we're just going to go through all the menus and just give you a quick brief explanation on what they do. Starting on the first menu, we've got our current speed, and this is digital speedo basically, and it will change and increase with your vehicle speed. Pressing the rotary knob on the steering wheel will bring up the different options you have in this category, and if for instance you press on start, that will show you all the information since the start of your journey. If we go back to since fuel, that will give you all the information, and again I'm just scrolling here through the different categories, but it will give you all the information since we last refueled. Long term is since the trip counter was set, so this is all the information since we last reset the trip counter. Speed warning, turning that on or off will give you a warning, an audible warning when you hit that speed. Quite useful on the motorway if you want to set it to 70 miles an hour, the speed limit, and it just gives you a little warning when you're going past that. And digital speedometer will take you back to where we started, which is a live digital speedometer, as opposed to using the needle on the right hand gauge. Our next menu is audio, so from here you can change radio station, again using the rotary dial on the steering wheel, and you can scroll down and select your desired station by pressing the rotary button in. The next menu is navigation. This gives you a compass. However, if you were in the navigation menu on the infotainment, so if you had the sat-nav set to a destination and you were using it, it would give you your directional information here in this menu. Telephone, again, if we connect our phone to the car, it's all done through the driver's instrument panel. So you would go on connect, and the car would search for your phone, and you can pair your phone to the car. And once that's done, you'll then be able to navigate your phone book using the rotary knob on the steering wheel and make phone calls using the driver's instrument panel. The last menu is settings, and from here you can change various settings on your car and various features. We'll go through them all. The first one is convenience, so if I just click on convenience, and the first option it then gives me is alarm, and from here I can select or deselect the interior sensor and the tilt sensor. So this would be useful if you were just parking up for a couple of minutes and you were leaving someone in the car, hopefully with the windows open. You don't want the alarm to go off, so you could deselect the interior sensor. And tilt would be, for instance, if you were to break down and the vehicle was being recovered, there is a tilt sensor which sets the alarm off, and you would just deselect the tilt sensor to stop the vehicle alarm going off whilst it was being recovered. Our next one is door open, and here you can select what happens when you unlock the car using the key or the keyless button on the door handle. So do you want the boot to unlock when you unlock the car? Do you want the auto lock and unlock to work using the keyless entry? And do you want just the driver's door to open when you unlock the car? Do you want all doors to open when you unlock the car? So there's quite a lot of options here, and you can set it to your desired preference. Alarm confirm is a visual flash by the indicators when you lock the car, when you unlock the car, just to visually tell you that it has locked. Mirror down is when you are parking and you want the near side mirror to dip, as we showed you in our previous video. If you didn't want that feature, you could turn it off from here. And the last one, again self-explanatory, is just a default back to factory settings. Moving to light and vision, these are your coming home and leaving home lights, and this is when you unlock the car. You can select how long you want the lights to stay on after you've locked the car. So for instance, if you park in your driveway with the headlights pointing to your front door, you could request the car keeps the headlights on for 10-20 seconds just to give you a bit of light to go into your house. And again, the same for leaving, when you lock the car or when you open the car, how long you want the lights to come on. Going to time, this is just, you know, how you want the time set, if you want it manual or GPS. GPS is quite good because it will automatically detect what time zone you're in and adjust the clock accordingly. Again, date, normally set to GPS, it would automatically set for you, but if you didn't want that, you could set it here and manually set the date. Again, language, your preferred language for the instrument panel. You should need quite a few options here. Ours is set to UK. And the last one is units. We've got units for temperature, consumption and distance, and air pressure. The air pressure one actually changes the pressure in the tires. So if you were to change it from here, it would show you your tire pressures on the infotainment screen in a different pressure. Service interval just tells you your remaining miles or remaining days to when the car next needs a service. And then again, the last setting is factory settings. And we're back round to our first menu. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything else we've missed or anything else you'd like to see, please feel free to leave it in the comments and we will try and do that for you. Thanks for watching.